Welcome back, everybody. My name's Terminus. It's been a while. Quick little update for all of you. This is not a super long video, hopefully. I'm just going to talk a little bit about what was supposed to expect going into March, April-ish of this year 2025, which is probably one of the most crazy years that I've ever experienced as an adult human being. But let's walk away a little bit from that and go into the channel news. Channel news is, first of all, we're gonna go back into content, especially on Patreon and stuff, very soon with like the usual Technolize. We're gonna finish up Technolize finally with Monster. We might do some Spice and Wolf in the not so distant future to just get the series finished up as well and make good on that promise that I had made in the beginning of this year. I do want to also apologize for maybe not being as consistent in my releases, but that's just how it goes in general when it comes to just me having to study for exams. But this time especially, it was a little bit problematic because I had trouble getting Arcane up without the copyright claims and whatnot, and I did also kind of have my own personal struggles trying to get a job, at the same time learning for my exams, and at the same time I also had like a private family matter. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but my grandpa died not too long ago, and I had to, or I wanted to get home for the funeral and actually just touch up with family on all of that. So that also set me back a little bit. Now I'm probably gonna have like probatory work soon as well to just see if I can get into one of the positions that I've been offered. And yeah, there's a lot going on, but we do have a couple of days. We do have a couple of days headway for us to actually get into recording, to get back into stuff going forward. The main reason I actually made this whole update video is, however, the poll that I've been running, which was supposed to decide upon the preliminary results of what is going to go into the final poll of what's going to follow up Arcane once we're finished with that one. It's probably going to take a couple of weeks till we like start that back up, maybe also a month. We'll have to see that how Arcane is doing, and yeah, how my preparation goes. Normally I want to go into multiple episodes, kind of get them recorded and just like get the general gist of it down, see how it interacts with the copyright system and whatnot, in order to just get into seeing how the series is going to pan out. So there's that, and we'll still have to wait for a couple of weeks to see if the polls actually what the polls are saying, right? So let's get into poll results. We did have a bunch of series which were on this list. You're gonna see that right here. I'm looking right here at it. You're probably looking at it right next to me to see what the results of the poll was. There was 13 participants of that poll. 13 people voted for various series, and it's not like you could vote only for one series. I wanted to get a little bit more of a view, like back with the Made in Abyss follow-up poll. I wanted to get a little bit of a view on what people think about these series, why they want them to be reacted to, right? And I did want to see how strongly people feel about it, right? So we did have 4 categories, which we will go into, which is the first being hell yeah, right? That is a series you're really hyped about, that you really want to see me react to. Then there's yeah, where people are like, yes, I'd definitely watch that on like a weekly or semi-weekly basis. And then there's the meh, I don't know, which is kind of either I don't feel very strongly about it, I might watch an episode or two, but probably not, right? Not very interested, or I don't know this series, right? Like both of these options would go into like the meh, I don't know category. And then we have the no category, which is like, I know this series and I don't want you to react to it because like I don't like it, or I don't enjoy it, or I think you wouldn't enjoy it, stuff like that. So there's been a couple of no's as well in all of these, and in most of these, not in all of these. I think there've been 1 or 2 results where there was no at all. But anyway, like hell yes were 2 points, yeah was 1 point, may I don't know was 0 points, and the no was a -1, which I'm still not sure if I want to include that in the future to kind of just detract from all of this, or if I just want to kind of collapse the category of no and I don't know into the 0 category, just to have that have no weight, but actually just show me how many people wouldn't be engaged with it. But I think it's still an interesting statistic. Let's start with the totals, right? So our top 4 series that are gonna make it into the poll definitely are gonna be the big red in the middle over here, which is Vinland Saga Season 1, which like surprised the hell out of me that this got so many good votes, and we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty details of what exactly people voted on that in just a bit. And the second one is Dandadan, which also had a strong showing of positive reception and very little meh, I don't know, and no votes. I think there's barely been any series that has had no votes, so that is very interesting that some people are just like, nah, I don't like the series. Hopefully he doesn't watch it. So I'm sorry about that, but YouTube still has something to say about that, right? Like we're gonna ask YouTube, and we're gonna ask all of the people on Patreon as well. Patreon people will get a little bit more, like 1 additional vote, 2 additional votes, depending on the tier of supporters they are. And that way we can kind of make sure that the Patreon people who are already with me, who are already supporting me, get something that they really want. But also the YouTube people get something that they are really interested in. Because YouTube people, theoretically, there's like 1.5k people now who could vote on this, who do get my community posts, who do maybe potentially see this video and know, okay, there's a poll going on, we need to, or we could kind of check that out. So at the time of recording this video, I'm pretty sure that I have officially put the poll into Patreon and actually opened it up for Patreon members to vote on that. And probably it's also going to be on the YouTube community tab for all of you subscribers to vote on it, or non-subscribers even to vote on it, and tell me how which series they want to be reacted to. All right, third one in line is kind of a very interesting one, because I actually didn't think this was gonna get this many positive votes of confidence, although I know that a good base of my viewership, the people who also watch Bocce, who also watched like something like Made in Abyss, were very interested in this one, which is Girls Last Tour. 12 episode anime, relatively short, would be kind of cool, right? Like we have Vinland Saga Season 1, I think it's like 24 episodes. It might be 12, I don't know, but I think it's 24. And then we have a Season 2 that we could get to if the reception is well, if people watch it on the regular. Then we have Dandadan, which is a more recent series, but also got like 12 episodes. And then we got Girls Last Tour here, which is a very kind of like, I feel like a lot of people who are, like I said, into Bocce, or who are like into stuff like Madoka or stuff like Girls and Panzer even, would be into that. By the way, I didn't see Girls and Panzer. It's just like I know a couple of people like Animido and a couple of other people actually watched that, and it was pretty popular within that niche. Yeah, and I didn't expect, like, you see all of the votes right here, right? And I didn't expect stuff like Symphogear, for example, to be this popular as well, right? I mean, there's been a decent amount of people who have been like, no, I don't want to watch that, but there's been a couple of people who are like, yes, please watch it. So really cool stuff. Shout out to, or no, wait, we're at number 4, which is gonna be, with a very narrow margin, it's gonna be The Eminence in Shadow. The Eminence in Shadow is, I think, oh wait, no, it's not The Eminence. Or, is it The Eminence in Shadow? I was pretty sure it was The Eminence in Shadow. All right, coming back with the latest news, with the latest and greatest news. The Eminence in Shadow is actually not the one who's in. It is the Land of the Lustrous. I feel like we could do a four series poll, and right, just let it decide between Girls Last Tour, Dandadan, Vinland Saga Season 1, and Land of the Lustrous, which are all kind of very interesting looking series of various like actuality, right? Like Dandadan is very recent, right? Very recency. And Girls Last Tour is further back, right? Vinland Saga was the hype a couple of years ago when it came out, and we did have like something like Land of the Lustrous, which kind of also kind of around the time when I think Vinland Saga and stuff was, but I'm not sure, right? It's just like how I remember people talking about it when they came out respectively, how I kind of like chronologically remember it, but it's very vague. So I could be wrong on some of these. Either way, yeah, let me know if I should actually put them in. Let me know. We can still kind of amend that, right? Like repoll or whatever, right? For now, we're gonna make a poll with the four top ones, the 4 top dogs. But that being said, we can get a little bit into the individual results because I actually made you another chart over here where you see very, very clearly, right? The bright green are the hell yeses, the blue ones are the yeah, the yellow is the meh, I don't know, and the no's are in red. And you clearly see that the only series which the only 2 series which actually didn't get any no's were Orb on the movements of the Earth, which didn't have a lot of popularity though, right? A couple of people were like, yeah, you could watch that, and most people were like, I don't know that, or I don't care about it. And Vinland Saga, which only got like more than half of the people who voted on Vinland Saga Season 1 did say yeah or hell yeah, which is insane if you think about it. And less than half were actually like, meh, I don't know. Dandadan had a similarly like positive review with probably almost the same number of yes and hell yeahs, with just like one hell yeah less, I think, and 1 yeah more, and one no actually. Then we have Girls Last Tour, which is also very similar. A couple of years less. The same, like 1 person being like no. Yeah, and Land of the Lustrous as well had like a couple of hell yeahs right in there, as opposed to if you look at The Eminence in Shadow, which has like on total it has more years and hell yeahs, but it has one less hell yeah, as opposed to, right, it has like 2 years and 2 hell yeahs, I think, and Land of the Land of the Lustrous has 1 year less, but right, they both have the same amount of no's, so it's very close really on some of them. But you kind of see which ones have the least meh on the poll. I also have like another chart, another diagram, which kind of shows that a little bit more clearly, where you do have like Dandadan and Dorihedoro and Vinland Saga and Blue Eye Samurai and Eminence in Shadow being really the ones who have the least meh, I don't knows. We have the least knows on like obviously Vinland Sagas and Orb, but also on only 1 or 2 knows on like Dark Gathering or Girls Band Ride, Dandadan, Girls Last Tour, all of these, because they kind of like fizzle out here, right, and don't have that strong of like a negative or kind of meh, I don't know response. But yeah, this is kind of like this is kind of what you see right here. The best ones are in here. I named them Dandadan, Vinland Saga Season 1, Girls Last Tour, and in this case, Land of the Lustrous. I'm sorry about like the Patreon post who didn't say that. As far as I know, Land of the Lustrous actually got the most, although it got less years than for example, Apothecary Diaries and Eminence in Shadow. It just like won out on some other stuff. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Like I don't know. I checked the numbers again, and it clearly stated that Land of the Lustrous got 6. while and Apothecary Diaries got 6 as well, and Eminence in Shadows got only 5 points on what I was counting. But yeah, I mean, maybe when I transferred the points onto like the individual results, which I had to kind of like get into an extra table in order to make them visible on like an Excel diagram. Maybe I made a mistake there, and that's why Eminence in Shadow appears to have more. But I think like that is the final result, because I know like the original result with like the totals has been unaltered, so it's not possible for me to have made a mistake. I didn't transfer anything, right? So that's that. So in the end, this is what we have. I could take like Apothecary Diaries in, because it has the same like number of the same like total value as Land of the Lustrous. So I think that might be the fair choice to make here, to actually just be like, okay, Apothecary Diaries and Land of the Lustrous both go in. Going up against Dun Girls Last Tour and Vinland Saga Season 1. I think all of them have a strong choice to actually make it. We'll have to see what becomes of it. And those who don't get chosen, they're not gonna disappear, right? I'm still gonna have them on my list next time, right? Like Girls Last Tour was snubbed by Bocce last time that we voted on it last year. So it's more than possible that we actually, that if something else gets snubbed, that makes it into a future poll, or I'm just gonna decide to watch it at some point in time because I feel like it. Or somebody drops some money and is like, okay, please watch the first 3 episodes of it, and I really like it, and then I'm like, okay, you know what, it's gonna go into the next slot, right? This is how I generally do things, right? Technolize got funded by Cardboard. Shout out to Cardboard. FBI actually got me to watch the first couple of episodes of Monster, which ended up with me being so interested in the actual series, being like, holy shit, this is really cool, that I just continued to watch it from then on. Even though it didn't get me as many views as some of the other series that I've done in the past, like Bocce or Made in Abyss or Frieren or whatever. But yeah. And don't worry about Frieren, by the way. Just a little heads up for everybody. When Frieren comes out, I think in 2026, obviously, should I be able to do videos at that point in time? Should I still do reaction videos, which I do hope? I'm definitely gonna react to Frieren Season 2. And if I should not do any reaction videos at that point in time, I might just do a video essay on Frieren. Either way, Frieren Season 2 is gonna be on my channel in some way, shape, or form if my channel is still alive and active. So that's my promise to you over here. But yeah, poll is in the description down below. We're gonna start up recordings again. Thank you for listening to me, for just like, I didn't want to plap too long this time. Didn't want to make Shark watch another hour of update video, whatever. So go ahead, Shark, just play your persona, have fun, do your thing. Thanks for the support, and thanks for the support to all of you patrons and all of the people who watch in general. I do appreciate each and every comment, really. Like, I love to read comments, especially on stuff that really touches me deeply. Like watching all of these comments on Arcane, where people are like just fascinated with the production side of things, or debate about like different characters and why they like them, or how they like the story being done, or like little things where they're like, okay, this could have been done better, but they absolutely love the series in general. And even just like comments like, I think only a couple of days ago I read somebody being like, hey, I just discovered your Monster reactions. I can't stop watching them. It's amazing. I love the series so much. And that really makes my day. So thank you to everybody who writes and comments and subscribes and all of that stuff and keeps up with my channel. And I hope I'll see you very soon in some of my videos.